You've probably already looked at Cala D'Or and thought that it looks perfect, but there are 7 things that we wish somebody had told us before we went, and at least a couple of them will probably apply to your trip too. We recently visited and generally had a brilliant time, but we made some avoidable mistakes that cost us time, a bit of money, and a few missed moments that we can't get back. Knowing what I know now, I'd do at least 4 of these very differently, and one of them, mistake number 5, is something I only found out while researching this video. Mistake number 1, and honestly probably our biggest regret of the whole trip, only booking 4 days. We did it because of school holidays and work commitments. You just can't have that flexibility. But even with 4 days, we barely scratched the surface. The first day, you're essentially lost, finding your feet, working out what's nearby, getting kids settled, and by the time you're in a rhythm, you're nearly ready to be packing, coming back home. And that's the thing about Cala D'Or. It's small enough that it feels manageable, but there are so many beaches, day trips, restaurants, that 4 days just isn't enough to do it justice. It's actually one of the reasons we've already booked to go back, this time for 7 days. That should tell you everything about the place. And actually, one of the reasons we kept wishing we had more time comes down to the food, which leads me on to mistake number 3. But first, mistake number 2, turning up to the beach at 11 o'clock thinking we'd be fine. Now there's one thing about these beaches that the photos just don't prepare you for. The beaches around Cala D'Or, and there are several, which is one of the things that makes it so special, are beautiful little coves. Crystal clear water, pine trees, the perfect sand, proper postcard stuff. And they are small, so they do get really busy. More than often, you will be able to find a spot, but it's not a big, massive beach. So if you really want the nicest spot, then earlier is definitely better. So this next one might actually surprise you if you're planning to go all-inclusive. We actually went all-inclusive on this trip, but Cala D'Or's food scene is so good that we ended up eating out almost every day anyway. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, we just kept finding ourselves wandering around, and honestly, there's no regrets there at all. But here's the mistake. Some meals we planned, but others we didn't. We just picked wherever looked good in the moment. And a couple of times we ended up somewhere average, but with 5 minutes of research, we could have been somewhere brilliant. There are seafood restaurants right on the marina that are generally worth the money, and smaller places tucked away that you'd completely miss if you weren't looking. So even if you're all inclusive, keep an open mind about eating out. But when you do, actually plan it. Ask around, look it up, and make it worthwhile. One thing that I would love to know is, do you usually go all-inclusive or self-catering? Drop it in the comments below. This mistake is one that I genuinely regret, and it's top on the list for when we go back. Cala D'Or has plenty to keep you busy. The beaches alone could fill a week, and the marina in the evening is genuinely stunning. But we barely left the area, and given what's right on the doorstep, that was a mistake. We didn't make it to Porto Petro, a tiny fishing village literally next door to Cala D'Or. Unspoiled and traditional, and completely different in feel to Cala D'Or. Definitely on the list for next time. The point of this mistake is though, don't fall into the trap of staying put just because where you're staying is nice. The surrounding area is a big part of what makes this corner of Mallorca so special. But the biggest missed opportunity, and this one really stings, I'll come back to at the end. So the mistake that I mentioned at the start that I only actually found out while making this video is the tourist train, and it loops around the area and is a hop and off train. I had no idea it even existed until I started researching this video, and our son would have absolutely loved it. We did a lot of walking to the marina and back, and I'll be honest, there were some complaints. The "are we there yet" comments were coming thick and fast. If you've got younger kids, look this up before you go. It would have made at least 2 of our days a lot easier and saved us a lot of energy. If you're finding this useful, this is exactly what this channel is about. Real family holidays, honest experiences, no fluff. That sounds like what you're looking for. Subscribing means you won't miss the next one. Next mistake is not planning day trips in advance, and there is a reason that we didn't do these. We didn't hire a car, partly because I'm not entirely comfortable driving in a different country, which I know is probably irrational, but there it is. And honestly, that limited us more than I expected. If you're happy driving abroad, the options nearby are brilliant. Palma is about an hour away and well worth a day trip. It has an incredible cathedral and really beautiful old town. The Drac Caves near Porto Cristo are fantastic for kids, and the Valdemosa is generally stunning if you want mountain scenery. So this mistake is one that I mentioned earlier that really stings. Something that kids and adults both love in Cala D'Or is the glass bottom boats, and this is one we fully intended to do but just didn't find the time. They leave from all of the main beaches and they're not very expensive. They take you around the coastline, and through the glass bottom you can see the fish and the sea life below. I know our son would have absolutely loved it, and it's definitely definitely one of those things that turns a good holiday into a great one. It's going on the list for next time. So Cala D'Or isn't perfect, but no place is. It's one of the only destinations that we've been to as a family and booked to go back again. So that's got to tell you something. The beaches are generally beautiful, the resort is easy to navigate, and the food scene is incredible. If you're wondering if Cala D'Or is good with kids, then definitely check out this next video. I've also got a playlist of other Cala D'Or videos